Oh, hello, grade 12s. Welcome back to the channel, Science Therapy, hosted by the one and only science therapist, Uabudiwa Sos Ugobela Wemets. And without any further ado, let's look at these questions that we have here. Okay, so we have question 10. It says in a certain country, 10-digit telephone numbers with the following format were introduced, right? So we can see the format here is we have number of digits. On the area code, we must have 3 digits. The exchange code must have 3 digits, and the number must have 4 digits. So an example of such a number is as follows here. So altogether, we must have 10-digit telephone numbers. So that's 3, 6, and then plus this 4, it's 10. Right. Then 10.4 says how many possible 10-digit telephone numbers could be formed. But then we can see that they told us that the digit may be repeated. Right. So if digit can be repeated, the area code must have 3 digits, then followed by the exchange code also with 3 digits. Then the number must have 4 digits, right? So the digits may be repeated. That means we can choose from 10 digits. Remember, it's from 0 to 9. And then also here, we can choose from 10. So the sample space will not be affected because you can simply repeat a digit, right? So you having to pick 1 does not mean you cannot choose it again. So you can have a telephone number whereby it's just 11111 all the way. Then, okay, so the number of possible 10-digit telephone numbers here that can be formed is 10 to the exponent of 10, which can be written as 10 billion. So this is 10 billion. So let's indicate this is for 10.1. Then for 10.2.1, it says certain restrictions were placed on the groups of digits. Then they say the area code must be 3 digits and the first digit cannot be 0 or 1. Then we have the exchange code. It must be 3 digits and the first and second digit cannot be 0 or 1. Then the number, it must be 4 digits and the first digit must be a 0 or 1, right? So let's pay attention to that. So we want to start with our area code. So we're going to indicate here, this is our area code, and then followed by the exchange code. So 1, 2, 3. So exchange here. And then lastly, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, which is our number, right? Now, what is the restriction with the area code? It must be 3 digits and the first digit cannot be 0 or 1. So the restriction is on the first digit here. It cannot be 0 or 1. So if we exclude 0 and 1 from the 10 digits that we have available, that means we only have a sample space of 8 here. We can choose from 8 available digits. But then there is no restriction with the second and the third digit here for the area code. So that means we can choose from the sample space of 10, right? Now we go to the exchange code. They say it must be 3 digits and the first and second digit cannot be 0 or 1. So the restriction now is on the first and the second. So if we exclude 0 and 1, leaves us with a sample space of 8, and then also here sample space of 8. But then there is no restriction on the third digit of the area code, so that means 10. Now for the number, they say it must be 4 digits, and the first digit must either be a 0 or 2. So that means we can only choose from 2 options here with the first digit of the number. So that's 2 there. But then there is no restriction with the other 3 digits here. So that means we can have 10, 10, 10. So we can choose any number from the given digits. Okay, so having to find the number to that one, obviously we know we have to multiply everything here. So that's 8 multiplied by 10, and then all of this. So if you punch it into your calculator, you get 1,024 million. Right. So which can be written scientifically as 1.024 times 10 to the exponent of 9, right? So whether you write it all in full like that or you write it in scientific, it's still correct. Then that's your 10.2.1. Now for 10.2.2, they say determine the probability. At this point, you can already see the trend of these questions. The probability questions are always the last ones there. And then it says determine the probability that any randomly chosen 10-digit telephone number would be a valid phone number, right? So remember for 10.2.1, we were calculating how many valid 10-digit telephone numbers could be formed. Valid, right? So these ones are just the possible 10-digit telephone numbers that could be formed, but they're not valid, right? Because you cannot have a valid telephone number that is just 111, where you just repeat one digit for all those 10 digits. So that means here we'll say probability of an event. This is the number of the valid digits over the total sample space. So the digits just arranged in any particular order. Okay, so this will be 1.024 times 10 to the exponent of 9 over the total sample space, which is 10 to the exponent of 10. Now, all you have to do is grab your calculator, and then punch this. It will give you 64 over 625. Right. So that's all you needed to do there to get this whole question for a whopping 7 marks, all of it. Then, yeah, with all that being said, guys, please press the thumbs up button if you've enjoyed the lesson and then you have found it helpful. And if you've been watching the videos and haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. But most importantly, please share the link with your friends and classmates so that they may also find assistance. Remember, do not be selfish. We are winning as a team.